KOTV.com.
With the social media revolution we are seeing right now, we're taking and sharing more pictures than ever. But do you know what will happen to your online legacy after you have moved on? So Caitlin Seagraves with the Tulsa City County Library is here with details on a class being offered to teach you the basics of digital estate planning. And I want to be sure this is after you've passed away, what happens to all your digital assets? And we're talking about music, movies, all your TV shows, your photos. There's so many things here, Caitlin.
Yeah, so in this class, we're going to be looking really, what are your digital assets? You have a lot more than you think. You used to keep a shoebox under the bed with like photos and report cards. A lot of that's digital now. So we're going to talk a lot about how to gather that information, how you can store it, and best ways to pass it on after you're gone.
Let's talk about specifically some of the details. I know you have the class, but what do we do with our passwords? What's a good practice for our passwords?
There is some debate on that, and it's kind of tricky. Everybody is a little different. I know some people write it down in a notebook that they keep at home in a safe. Some people keep a spreadsheet on their computer, and then some use password managers. You have to worry about data breaches. Storing information can be scary, but really every situation is different for everybody, and we're going to kind of look at what fits best for your needs.
And photos, when some folks sign up for a new phone, it automatically goes to the iCloud or the Google Drive, and it signs you up for this cloud storage stuff. I mean, what's a good way, and this is a loaded question, but what's a good way to keep track of the photos that we have and make sure they don't get erased?
So there's kind of a three-pronged recommendation. Storing it on some sort of external hard drive and keeping that in a fireproof safe is a good practice. Backing up to a cloud service, and then also making sure somebody has access to your cloud services that is not you. So if something happens, your wife or your kids can get access to that information.
And this seems to be a key thing because, I'm talking about short-term things, talking about myself, and we were talking in the studio about, okay, what do I do with my photos of my baby before I delete them? But we're talking about after you have moved on from this life and the people who you leave behind, how are they going to know how to get your information?
So we'll talk about that during the class, but you can write it into your will. You can assign a digital executor for your estate. There's some laws regarding that, some not. There's a lot of not laws regarding it.
Sure.
And just making sure that you're sharing the information appropriately.
Okay, so how do people know about this? Which library? And when? Just kind of give us the details of this.
Yeah, so we're teaching the class at 4 different locations this month. Herman and Kate Kaiser, Hardesty Regional, Central Library, and I think the last one's at Broken Arrow Library. You can see the calendar.
The clock's covering it. Sorry, I know Hardesty's the one at 91st and Memorial. Central's the one downtown.
Yes.
So you can look at these, and one of them's coming up tomorrow at 2.
Yes, if you go to tulsalibrary.org/events.
Okay, tulsalibrary.org/events. Again, first class tomorrow at 2 at the Herman and Kate Kaiser.